relief from the American, 81-73, and we are underway from FedEx Forum. House quickly double teamed.
Yeah, and and the Tigers played a lot of zone early on in the Bahamas, so they stick with that zone and that big lineup.
Let's take a look at these starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Memphis Funeral Home and Memorial Gardens, the most trusted name in Memphis since 1931 and a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers. There's the Tigers starting five: Doug McDaniel, Zach Davis, Ashton Hardaway, Simon Majok, Tierno Silla, who did not make the trip to the Bahamas. Back in the starting lineup, Aaron Bradshaw not starting tonight for Penny Hardaway's team, but is expected to play. By the way, Zach Davis, you'll notice, has a shield on his face as he got banged up in the Wake Forest game, but is able to give it a go.
Yeah, he got hit in his face. I was actually there. I was actually sitting very close to a guy hit in the face, but he did finish the game. I don't know exactly what happened, but he's still here today.
McDaniel, no. One and done for Memphis. Here's the lineup for the Salukis with Kelron House. There's a three. They don't take many, but that one's off the mark. Rollins Aligbe, Prince Aligbe, their brothers, Drew Steffi and Damian Mayo Jr., the starting five for the Salukis. Good take by Zach Davis. Davis averaging 7, but since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, he's averaging 11 points per game for Coach Hardaway.
And now you see Memphis switching it up, kind of stand with that soft man-to-man now.
Salukis do not shoot the three ball well. In fact, one of the worst in the country. However, they make up for it with their 2-point shots. They don't take a lot of threes. House with a sidestep got it knocked out of his hands by Silla with the clock winding down. As a team, though, they shoot over 50%, 50.4. But as a three-point shooting team, as I mentioned, fifth worst at just 24.1%. And they also look to be better defending the perimeter. They haven't done a great job in that regard. Memphis is 31.9 shooting the three.
And Memphis now just needs to move the basketball. They don't have to rush. That's the thing. I think, like right there, Doug McDaniel, when Memphis moves the basketball, they're a much, much better team instead of when they go one-on-one.
McDaniel over 36% from three, and he knocks one down to make it a 5-0 game. Jump stop by Prince Aligbe. May have gotten away with moving his pivot foot. No call. Salukis only turn it over 11 times per game. Both these teams want to push it. Inside, Silla, the jump hook goes for Tierno. The transfer from Stephen F. Austin.
Right, and that's what the Tigers missed in the Bahamas, was just his post presence, his ability to score down there. He has soft hands, and he's a solid finisher around the rim.
Great start for the Tigers, shooting 42.3% from the field on the season and averaging 74 a game. And the Salukis on the board, Prince Aligbe, and they score a lot of their points inside.
And that's what Prince would do. He'll hang around the rim. I saw him a lot in high school, had teammates of Jalen Suggs, Chet Holmgren, some very good NBA players right now. And that's what he would do. He would play off of those guys and hang around the rim.
32 games with Seton Hall last year, 29 starts.
Very experienced.
McDaniel, top of the key three. He's off to a great start. 2 for 2 from distance, and Memphis has increased its lead to 8.
I'm telling you, Doug has been shooting the ball at a high clip, and he's been on fire here lately.
Really good defense there, but an offensive rebound, and the putback doesn't go. A third time is still not the charm. And then finally a foul will be called against Memphis. It was initially really good defense by Majok. He never left his feet, but a bad job by Memphis defending the crashers for the rebound.
Yeah, and that just cannot happen. You cannot allow just those guys to hang around under the rim and give them 4 opportunities. I mean, Memphis, you're much taller, you're much more bigger, you're kind of more athletic. You got to corral that rebound.
So here's Prince Aligbe. Again, his brother, Rollins Aligbe. Prince in his first year with Southern Illinois, shooting 33% from the free throw line. And he bricks the first. He's now 0 for his last 8 from the free throw line. In fact, let me correct that. He's 0 for 8 on the season. He's 33% from beyond the arc, so he is really struggling at the free throw line.
And I'd like to see the Tigers try to run something for Doug here. I mean, he has the hot hand. He's been shooting it very well. He shot it very well in the Bahamas. Try to get him something because his playmaking, and especially going with this smaller lineup here. Now they got that kind of 4-round-1 lineup in right now.
Prince rolls in the second to make it a 10-3 game. Then some pressure, and Memphis breaks it. They got a couple of substitutions, including Sincere Parker, who misses the three. Down to the floor goes Damian Mayo Jr., and they're going to call a jump ball. And Memphis will retain possession. So Sincere Parker in the game, the transfer from McNeese State. Julius Thetford, the transfer from Western Kentucky, and a Memphis product out of Cordova. And also in the game is William Wharton, who got his first 2 games of play this season in the Bahamas and did a good job for Memphis.
He was instant, man.
Got some rebounds, right?
Man, he was instant energy, right? People like to talk about offense and defense, but some of those intangible things that don't show up in the stat sheet is exactly what William Wharton was. I mean, that's why he was one of the first guys off the bench here tonight. Coach Hardaway rewarding him with some early minutes.
Steffi called for the personal foul, each team with 1. As Quante Berry, the transfer from Temple, checks in. For Memphis, it's a completely new roster. Every single player is new. Meanwhile, 6 returning players, 8 new players for Scott Nagy's team. Also in the game for Memphis is Tariq Ingram.
Yeah, and you mentioned, I want to talk a little bit more about, that new roster is Sincere Parker is a tough too. Oh, wow, he can sky. But that's the new landscape of college basketball with the transfer portal and the NIL. Like, these coaches are now bringing in totally new teams.
Memphis crashing the boards, doing a good job as they've now gotten 5 rebounds to match Southern Illinois. We got a timeout on the floor here in Memphis. 15:48 remaining in the first half. Memphis off to a 7. Grit fuels greatness, and bold ideas have real impact. Learn more at memphis.edu. Start off with Southern Illinois.
I think I want to go right into that. I want to skip over the 10 less turnovers because I think that's obvious. You have to contain Doug McDaniel. He's playing at a high level. He's one of the best point guards in the country, and as he goes, this Tiger team goes. And for Memphis, people may see that move on and say, what does that mean? Do not let Wake Forest beat you twice, right? And what I mean is don't let any hangover happen from the Bahamas. You went 0-2, but now it's time to move on and protect home court. And you have to get some front court production, whether that's from Ingram, whether that's from Bradshaw, whether that's from Silla, William Ward. You just need some production in your front court.
So Memphis did commit a turnover. And now the Salukis with the basketball and a whistle away from the ball. And that foul will go against Quante Berry. His first, the second for the Tigers. As Kelron House will check back in. This time will give Prince Aligbe a blow. Also in the game for the Salukis, Davion Sykes, the 6'6 senior guard. And Isaiah Stafford, the transfer from Valpo, a 6'2 redshirt senior guard. They got some veterans on this team and also some youngsters. Nice mixture.
Yeah, got a solid mix, right? I like the mix, and that's a rare. I was about to say that's a rare find, but so is that William Wharton.
Wharton's got some leaping ability right there as he blocked Jorge Moreno's attempt at a bucket. Ingram, the trailer, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Memphis basketball. 23 ticks on the shot clock.
And see, those are the plays that a lot of people can't make. This one right here, like you see, watch where William Wharton comes from. He's not even in your picture starting out, and he comes out and blocks this shot.
That'll get you playing time.
Man, and that's why he's one of the first guys off the bench.
Ingram working against Moreno, no, and it'll stay Memphis's way. Ingram, the transfer from Rider, he was a late addition to the Memphis team. A little bit out of shape early on, is starting to get more minutes.
Yeah, and he's a guy, he just need to get in, like you say, he need to get in shape. He's one of those guys that when he arrived on campus in September, he's lost about 13 pounds, and now he's starting to play more and more. And he's actually one of the better low-post scoring options for Coach Hardaway.
Ashton Hardaway, Zach Davis both checked back in for Memphis, and now it's Aaron Bradshaw, the 7'1 junior forward who has started up to this point, but coming off the bench tonight. He's had problems, obviously, with fouls. He's fouled out 3 times in 5 games. He's averaging just 11 minutes per game. He needs to be on the floor for Memphis, and those fouls have been a problem. Davis with the pump fake and the 3 from the corner for Zach Davis.
And I tell you what, that's another guy that is starting to emerge. Transfer from South Carolina, played a lot in the SEC. I'm going to say he grew up in the Bahamas because I saw a lot of things, including him play a little point guard in Nassau.
Foul on Hardaway as Haynes drives. So far, the mask is not a hindrance to
Hey,
Zach Davis is shooting.
Nah, man, that's that. Hey, and the way he's been shooting, he's not taking any contested or tough ones, as you saw right there. Pump fake, sidestep. Hey, man, the Tigers need Zach Davis to be good if they want to go far.
Jalen Haynes, freshman guard, misses the first. He's 11 of 14 now from the free throw line on the season. And checking in for Memphis for the first time as a Tiger is Hassan Abdul Hakim, the transfer from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. He hasn't played because of a deep thigh bruise. I know Penny talked about possibly playing him in the Bahamas. It did not happen, but here he is tonight.
Man, I tell you what, and that shows how deep this Memphis team is. Coach Hardaway, I mean, he'll go deep into that bench. And if he said, when I saw him in the Bahamas, he said Hakeem has a chance to be one of our better players. They just needed him to get healthy.
Hardaway. And that'll be Southern Illinois basketball. Ashton shooting 36.8% from beyond the arc. That one just a little bit too much zip behind it. Davis Garden House, who blows right by him. Good help defense, though. And the rebound goes to Hassan Abdul Hakim.
Let's see what Memphis decides to draw up here.
12 players already have been in this game for Memphis, and we got an offensive foul on an illegal screen by Aaron Bradshaw.
You see here, he got it. I mean, and that's what he's been doing, man. He just has to find a way to stay on the floor, right? They need Aaron Bradshaw to figure it out. Whatever it is, that he has to figure it out. He has to figure it out quick.
Transfer from Ohio State, began his career at the University of Kentucky. Julius Thetford back in the game for Memphis. Nearly a steal. Right now, not much movement from this Salukis offense. House being dogged by McDaniel with 5 on the shot clock. The leaner off the window, no. They fight for the loose ball. They're going to be a jump ball, and it will stay.
Hey, I like the toughness, though. Yeah, I like the toughness. Like Hakeem, he's grabbing that ball, and he's not letting you get it. Rather, you get the ball when the officials blow the whistle, but you're not just going to take it from him. And that's what the Tigers have been missing, that toughness.
Gives away 3 inches to Jorge Marino.
Tigers doing a really good job of being in the gaps right here, too. They're kind of forcing the Salukis to take those long contested threes.
That was Prince Aligbe back in the game taking that contested 3. First shot is airmailed by Hassan Abdul Hakim, but look at that. Man. Johnny on the spot.
Julius Thetford, right there. They call him King.
They should call him the Tasmanian Devil. He gets in there and he makes things happen.
Man, he does. He disrupts some things.
Stafford, top of the key. 3, got it.
Bradshaw got to be up on that. You can't let Stafford just come off that 3.
Just a 15% shooter from beyond the arc, and Stafford a much-needed 3 for the Salukis. And then he commits the foul down at the other end. William Wharton's going to come back in for Memphis, replacing Bradshaw, who came out.
Check this one out right here. But see, you got to – I know you want to play the percentages a little bit, but, that's dialed up straight dead center.
Memphis by 8. Nice spin move. Hardaway off the window. Doesn't go. And there's Thetford right there. McDaniel, second chance for Memphis. And Haynes gets it up to Stafford behind the defense, and he's fouled by McDaniel and then lands into the high rent district.
Is everybody good over there?
I believe so.
Right,
I don't know about
got
the
a couple
drinks.
Cheerleaders, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They got to check on the cheerleader, man. Make sure they all right.
She might have taken one on the noggin there.
For sure. Let's see. You see Doug Trail. Good play calling. Yeah, he messed up the defense sign. That's good. She's all right. Okay, she's all smiles now, y'all. If anybody watching, she's all smiles.
Stafford buries the first. 92.9% free throw shooter. Sincere Parker will check back in for Memphis, as will Tierno Silla. Benny talks a lot about shortening his rotation, but He's still experimenting,
Hey, man.
Trey. He's still looking at these different players, and obviously tonight you get Hassan Abdul-Hakim for the first time this year. Stafford in and out in the second. Kept alive, though, by Rollins Aligbe, but he knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, when you talk about experience, I guess that's what 15 new guys do for you, because it's one thing to be in practice, but I tell you what, when you come into the FedEx Forum, you go into the bright lights of the Bahamas, you got to figure it out, man. So you have practice players, you have game players, and Coach Hardaway is in need of finding some game players right now. He found one in Doug McDaniel.
He did. 8th season for Penny Hardaway, 7 straight 20-win seasons. That's out of bounds off the Salukis.
Keep an eye on William Wharton here. The Tigers ran a play for him in the Bahamas where he caught a lob. He didn't dunk it, but he tipped it in. So they're looking to maximize his athleticism. Salukis went with a soft zone, though.
Under 10 now on the shot clock for Parker. Behind the back, runner off the window. How slick was that for Sincere Parker, who has his first points?
And that's what he can do. He can score the basketball. He didn't play a ton in the Wake Forest game, but he was one of the first guys off the bench here tonight.
Memphis by 9 as we go under 12 to play here in the first half. Stafford step back 3. Nope. And out of bounds, it went off Thetford's leg. It'll be Salukis' ball when we come back. But a timeout here on the floor at FedEx Forum. The Salukis, just one of their last 8. They're shooting 5th.
Oh, you see right there, a wide open layup, fresh out of the timeout. That's how good of a coach that he is. And we had a chance to speak with him, and he wasn't a man of many words. So we could tell he wanted to just win games.
Again, 3rd game in 4 days for this well-traveled Salukis team. Sunday they beat Delaware. Monday they lost to UAB in a event down in Jacksonville, Florida, and there's a traveling violation against Memphis.
And that's right. That type of offense right there from the Tigers is what I don't like. Right? It's not an awful shot, but you can get better. The Tigers are really good when they move the basketballs. They have 5 assists on 7 made baskets. Continue to stick with what's working.
That was the 3rd turnover for Memphis. Wow.
360 that one, huh?
Is back to the bucket as Davion Sykes was a little short on the trigger. But Memphis commits a foul. That's on Sincere Parker. And all of a sudden, Memphis has 16 fouls. One more puts Southern Illinois in the bonus. Memphis got a big lineup out there now. Hakeem's out there with Majok and Silla. 3 from the wing, and it goes. So for a team that doesn't shoot the 3 that well, they got a couple tonight.
Yeah, taking 5 so far, 2 of 5.
Damian Mayo Jr. from St. Louis, Missouri, drills the triple. He's averaging 6.3 a game, and suddenly you look up, and while they're only shooting 24% from the field, the Salukis within 4. Parker tries to answer, and does.
And that's what I mean. That's when the Tigers are the best. Penetrate, kick, second, third, fourth side opportunity. Not the one-on-one basketball.
House down the lane, no. And here comes Doug McDaniel. And to your point, have the shooters with their feet set, ready to shoot.
Ready. Because one thing about Doug, he's a former quarterback, right? So he's quarterbacking this basketball team, and he's going to find you. And the thing about him, he can find you early or he can find you late, just like Hakeem Tassila did right there.
That's a great find from Hassan Abdul-Hakim. Under 10 to play here in the first half. Sykes, good ball fake, drives and lays it in. Sykes with his first points. He averages just under 11 a game. He only plays 19 minutes a game, 10.7 points, 5.3 rebounds. Very productive for this Salukis team. Cross-court pass to Parker. And a strong rebound there by Rollins Aligbe. He's the younger of the Aligbe brothers. Second season with the Salukis. Brothers out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You talked about that earlier.
Yeah, played from a very, very good high school program, Minnehaha. He has some productive high school players. Prince Aligbe is one of them. You mentioned Jalen Suggs with the Orlando Magic, and NBA champion, Chet Holmgren as well.
That is talent. So Parker commits his second. And that is the 7th against Memphis. So the Salukis going to the bonus with 9:03 to play here in the first half. And speaking of Malik Bey,
that's not, and that's I think, Greg, you and I talked about it last game. The Tigers have to start to defend without fouling, because when you keep putting guys on the free throw line and they can score with the clock stopped, the Tigers are usually building up leads, but when you get in foul trouble early on, you allow teams to get back in the game.
It's a good point. Prince Malik Bey earns the bonus. Jorge Moreno from Mexico in the game for the second time with the Salukis. Again, wholesale changes for Penny Hardaway. He's run out a few line changes. So
everybody opportunity. So nobody can complain and say, hey, I'm not playing. He's putting them on the floor. Now you have to earn extra minutes right now, because he's played, like I said, we 12 guys so far. Earn your keep.
There he is, Coach Penny Hardaway. 8th season. Unbelievable. 8 years.
And that's still insane to believe.
Thetford goes up strong. It was blocked by Moreno. Run down by Sykes. Sykes drives on Davis, and it's blocked out of bounds by Simon Majak.
How about that, Majak? One thing I love about Majak, he can transfer end to end very fast. He's not your typical freshman. He can get up and down that court. Check him out right here. You see that? Look at where he is right now. Simon Majak, when the shot goes up, and watch how fast he takes off. Come on, man. He's one of the first guys down. That's how you earn minutes. When you talk about earning extra minutes, that's how you do it right there.
Of course, he's got those long strides, 3 or 4, and he's already down the court.
That helps, right?
Sykes misses the first. He'll get one more as Quante Berry will check back in. Also, Steffi back in the game for Southern Illinois, another ball handler for Scott Nagy's team. Sykes misses both.
Oh, wow, that might stay here, yeah. Got to grab the basketball.
Davis went up and had it, and they just lost control. So that's a break for the Salukis. Memphis out-rebounding Southern Illinois by 1, 14-13. Here's Moreno working against Ingram.
Tigers really playing up the gap here. Trying to force everything to the sideline. He got middle there. But I like the intensity that I'm seeing.
1 on the shot clock. House has to uncork one.
Got to be careful not to pick up a foul.
They get an offensive rebound by Sykes. Now Steffi for 3, in and out, and Davis finally corrals it, and he gets banged and falls to the ground.
Be number 4 on the, be number 4 on the Salukis.
So Steffi and Stafford now with 2 each for the Salukis, the only fouls that they have committed here in the first half. Abdul Hakim back in the game for Memphis. Berry as well.
That's really good ball movement for the Tigers. This is what I'm talking about. Moving the ball, second, third, fourth side. They didn't score right there, but that's how you need to move the basketball.
Sykes got the rebound, got it knocked out.
That 1-4 record is misleading. This is one of the best teams in the country at 1-4. He said if there's a lot of them, this is probably the best one. So, and you could say, I mean, the Tigers are really good, and he had a lot of good things to talk about, especially with Doug McDaniel.
Well, quite honestly, the game at Ole Miss, they played well.
He
stepped right on. He stepped over.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Hal stepped out of bounds.
The game at Ole Miss, obviously they played well, lost to a good Rebels team. It's the UNLV. And Purdue, they went down to the wire, basically, and obviously Wake Forest, they should have won that game.
Could very well be, 4-1, right?
It's the that UNLV game. It could easily be 3-2 because they lost to Ole Miss fair and square, but that UNLV game was one that you just would love to get back. They did not play good basketball, and give credit to the former Tiger head coach, Josh Pastner, with his run and reps. Haynes the rebound, and here comes the Salukis. Down 5. Moreno mismatch. Oh, what a pass to Sykes!
Wow. I don't even know how he saw that one. That's a really good pass out of the post.
And that's the Tigers going to sleep on defense. They didn't watch the cutter on the baseline, and that was Sykes. Strong move by Hakim, and it doesn't go.
I like Hakeem being aggressive. I'm telling you, this is his first game. Once he gets his feet under him, he's going to be a very good addition to the Memphis team.
Davis clears the rebound. Salukis right now in the midst of a 6-0 run. They pulled it within one possession at 22-19. Great ball movement here by Memphis. Thetford.
And that's the ball. Remember, we talked about it early on. The Tigers are very good when they move the basketball. So far, 8 assists, 10 made baskets.
Thetford 25% on the season from beyond the arc, and he drains that one. Lead back to 6. Haynes, strong move with the right hand. Jalen Haynes has 3. 4-point game. Memphis 5 of 12 from beyond the arc as Thetford tries another one. And skying for the rebound is Stafford. Salukis now +2 in the rebounding column on the season.
Tigers with a soft double team there. And Doug giving us some size.
Giving up a lot of size.
Yeah,
Moreno misses the jump
there.
hook. And another rebound for Davis. That'll be his 4th. And then.
Who was it on? Oh, wow, it was on Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So my angle, I thought it might have been on Stafford, but wow, it was on Barry.
Majok will check back in. Hardaway will check back in. There you see.
And you see here just hanging around. Yeah, this is a much better angle than a couple of referees was in my face. Wow.
But again,
he
never,
yeah. That's a good call by the official.
He never saw Stafford.
Yeah, but you can't throw that ball, but then Quante actually can't leak out. You got to meet that basketball.
Sincere Parker will check back in for Memphis as Stafford will go to the free throw line. 19 fouls now on Memphis, so the next puts the Salukis in the double bonus with 5:55 to play in the first half. Stafford. Nope, but they get the rebound.
That's a 50-50 ball, man. You cannot allow that. That gives the Salukis extra opportunities.
House behind the back dribble. Step up from the free throw line, and he drains it.
And now you got to think, this is a 2-point game, and their leading scorer, Kelron House, just got his first point.
That's a great point.
He's 1 for 7 now.
McDaniel, the floater goes for Doug McDaniel. Had a couple of threes early. McDaniel now has 8.
Still in that man-to-man. Don't need to foul right now.
House.
It's good defense by the Tigers. Really good defensive possession. How about
the lane? Puts it up, draws the foul, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws. Foul goes against Jalen Haynes. Southern Illinois has won more regular season and conference tournament championships than any current member of the MVC, the Missouri Valley Conference, 8 and 5 respectively. Since joining the MVC in 75-76, they have made the NCAA tournament 10 times. So this is a proud program with a coach, again, who has 594 career wins. Obviously not all at Southern Illinois, only in his second season, but that winning pedigree.
It's culture. And one thing about culture, it travels. No matter whether you're working a 9 to 5, a day to day, you're in sports. When you're a good boss and you're a good leader, that culture seems to travel, and that's what it's done with Coach Nagy.
Parker now at 7 after he buries the 2 free throws. Sykes. That was a great lead for Sykes. Got it back, puts it up, he tried to dunk it, and it was blocked.
Majok? Wow, Majok all over the place.
At the rim, that encounter. They're finding the open man. Thetford steps back behind the line, in and out.
Oh, that was a tough one. I mean, but how about the ball movement? Got to give credit to the ball movement. Got a wide open shot, and as Coach Hardaway said, he can live with those.
That 3 off the mark by Mayo. He made one earlier. Both teams want to push it. That's their style. Very similar in that regard. Also defensively, both like to play man-to-man. McDaniel!
3-point range. He's 8 of his last 16. So he's shooting it at a high clip. He's shooting 50%. So you flip a quarter, he's making it.
He's also a 90% free throw shooter. Talked to Coach Hardaway before the game, and we talked about the importance of Doug. He had a bad game against UNLV, a rare bad game, and you saw how they played. He says, look, if Doug McDaniel plays the way he is capable, we have a chance against anybody in the nation.
Yep, and he's absolutely right. They need him to be good, Greg.
He's now made 16 straight free throws. He's 19 of 21 from the charity stripe on the season.
He's got to be up there one top in the country.
Without question. Very important final 3 minutes and change for the Salukis.
Oh,
little
wow,
bump. Oh, what a
footwork.
strong move. And that's how strong Prince Aligbe is. He took the bump, there was no whistle, and still made the shot.
And that's good footwork, too. Showed the basketball, step right through it. And Salukis saw in the 3-2 zone here. You can see, spreading it out. Got to get to the shooters, right? You especially need to know where the young man number 1 is in gray. You have to know where he is if you're going to play this zone.
Coach Nagy likes to play mostly man-to-man, but he, as you mentioned, pulls out the zone here. Three on the shot clock now for Parker. Drives to the hole, and that's blocked. Swatted away by Rollins Aligbe. And then his brother down the court. No, but the follow by Rollins Aligbe. The Aligbe brothers combining on offense and defense to make it a 5-point game.
And they're going to. I'm expecting them to stay with this 3-2 zone. You just had a turnover. Got to know where the shooters are. Tigers just need to be patient. You don't have to rush. Be patient.
Parker launches the three.
And see, that's the one. That's what the zone will make you do. If you're not careful, you just fall into the three-point trap. You don't have to do that.
Salukis now 24-20 in the rebounding column, and that one is an air ball by Prince Aligbe. Aaron Bradshaw and Quante Berry check back in for Memphis.
I mean, check this out. But how about Prince now? Check him out. But here's your brother. You missed that one. Right off the rim. Hey, watch out, Doug.
He got the block at the one end, and that's the hustle. He could have stopped. He could have stopped once his brother went in, but he followed and got the jam. 20 on the shot clock, 1:57 on the game clock, as Julius Thetford will check in for Ashton Hardaway. Second of Penny's sons to play for him at Memphis. Of course, Ashton started at Memphis, then went to St. Mary's and came back this year. Thetford inside and one.
And you mentioned he kind of got that Tasmanian devil. He just makes things happen when he's in the game. Has to be that slasher.
Trey, he's moving while the ball hasn't been thrown in yet. I mean, he's doing all the work. Look at him moving.
He did his work early. That's we coaches, we like to say, do your work early. And that's exactly what he does.
Thetford with 7, trying to add to that. Unable to. But he gets the rebound. Who gets it?
Look at that. You spoke it right up. He just makes things happen.
7 points, couple of rebounds for Thetford. Memphis' largest lead, 11. It's now at 7. They have not trailed. Berry pulls up. Got it.
Tough.
Smooth shot by Quante Berry.
Love that 2-dribble pull-up.
Had 17 in the season opener against San Francisco and has really struggled offensively since. But you see he's capable right there, knocking down his first points of the game. Inside, oh, what a move by Aligbe. Really posted up his defender, went spin move on him off the window. 7 points is the lead now for Memphis. But that's why this team, the Salukis, shoot 50.4% from the field, because they get a lot of shots inside. They don't take a lot of threes. They don't make a lot of threes. Anything they make is a bonus.
Love the ball movement for the Tigers.
Berry, top of the key.
Got it. That. And how about the extra pass from Doug McDaniel? He could have taken that one. He's 8 of the last 16. But the one more pass to get the assist.
Fourth assist now.
Give your teammate some confidence.
Absolutely.
That's what point guards do.
House got in trouble but was able to get it to Mayo. Stafford, long three, in and out. And Berry took that rebound out of the hands of Bradshaw. Shot clock is off. Memphis, it's not going to be the final shot. It's Berry doing it.
Why not? When you shoot the ball like Quante Berry, why not? How about Doug McDaniel between the legs to Quante Berry?
And Berry buries it. So Memphis is now 7 of 17 from beyond the arc, and now the Salukis will look for the final shot of the first half. House Quiet first half with only 2. Puts it up over Bradshaw, in and out. 6 out. How about that?
Yeah,
Other than Doug McDaniel started the game. Interesting. Again, Coach Penny Hardaway played 12 players in that first half. And he talked about the middle of the game having the lull. Well, again, sometimes, Trey, it's tough when you play a few minutes and you come out and then somebody else comes in. That's a nice take by Thetford, who was terrific in the first half.
And I like that small ball lineup, too.
But, again, the point is you get into that flow. It's tough to get into that flow in that short a period, and then all of a sudden you're heading out to the bench. But it worked, and Memphis had the 13-point lead at the half.
And like we talked about, Coach Hardaway, at this point, when you're 1-4, you know, pretty much nothing is working. You just want to try some things. And now I think he may have found something, especially in William Ward. Quante Berry's getting some minutes. He earned some extra minutes here in the second half. You get Hakeem back, and obviously, you know, Julius Thetford and Doug McDaniel. I think those are just your catalysts at the guard spot. And then you're going to get some things from Sincere Park. And obviously, we have not talked about Curtis Givens III, who went out with a small injury. He'll probably be out, I don't know, maybe a week or two. We'll see. But, you know, this team is very deep at the guard spot as well.
Yeah, he's out with a thigh bruise injury, not unlike the injury that Hassan Abdul Hakim went through. Finally getting his first PT tonight. Sincere Parker hurt his right hand in the Wake Forest game and only played a few minutes, but obviously back tonight playing for Memphis. McDaniel, the drive, left that one short. Here's Hakeem. Nice up and under spin move. Count it. And the foul.
I'm telling you,
Hassan Abdul Hakim.
Wow. And I'm telling you, once he gets healthy and gets some wind under him, this is his first time. Look at the footwork here. But how about the spin to go under the defender?
That was nifty. And that's his first bucket as a member of the Tigers. Doesn't get the bounce. And then Berry will commit the foul as he went up to try to steal that ball away from Aligbe. That's 3 now on Quante Berry.
A little soft press here. That's what the small lineup allow you to do. It allows you to kind of get out and ruffle those guards on the other side.
Near steal there by Berry. House. Really good trapping defense by Memphis. Somehow, some way, Mayo got the shot off. And then coming out with the basketball, the littlest guy out there, Doug McDaniel.
Man, smallest guy, but he has one of the biggest hearts on that floor. That kid, he just loves the game, and he plays extremely well. He plays it, and when he's shooting the ball at a high rate, like that one in and out, he's tough to defend.
That one halfway down, popped out, and then Rollins Aligbe, great vertical to get that rebound. Oh, that's a nifty dish from Drew Steffi to Mayo. 46-32, the Memphis lead down to 14. Tigers have led this entire game, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak.
Well, looking for the back door there.
Good ball fake, Berry drives, oh, that's blocked. That's Rollins Aligbe, got up there to swat it away.
You hear Coach Nagy, he's saying push the basketball.
Reach and a foul, that'll go on Berry, and that'll be 4 on Berry, so he's going to have to come out of the game. And you're absolutely right. Coach talked about that style of basketball, which is very similar to Coach Hardaway. They want to push it up and down the court.
Yeah, they want to get out and run. You take a look at the block here, just good weak side block. But yeah, Greg, you mentioned they both want to play fast. Right now it's favoring the Tigers, but Coach Nagy's sticking to his horses, and he said he wants to play fast as well. Get the ball up the floor.
Sincere Parker will check in for Quante Berry, who's now saddled with the 4 fouls. Tierno Silla, who started the game but not the second half, is in now for, and also Davion Sykes back in the game for the Salukis. How the lane, count it, and he draws the foul. Really a quiet first half for Kelron House, but he makes his presence felt right there.
For sure, and they need him to get going. If they want to close this gap, they're down 12 right now with a chance to close it a little bit to 11. You need him to be aggressive. He has to look for his shot, and what I mean by that, you don't have to force anything. but you need to be aggressive.
Good look at Coach Scott Nagy, second year with the Salukis, but his 31st overall year coaching D1 basketball.
Coach Nagy sticking to that man-to-man. I would have suspected him to try that zone a little bit, but I guess when they're shooting it as well as they are, probably don't want to go to that zone.
Steffi stripped it. Did it go off McDaniel or not? He's arguing his case.
I don't think he did. No, he's pleading it. But no, it didn't. You would think so, though. Let's look right here. Yeah.
It did. It went. No, it went.
It did it?
It was McDaniel's hand.
Okay, he says leg. Okay.
No, it was his hand.
Wow. Official might have missed one.
But they're not going to challenge it. He was arguing his case to Patrick Evans to no avail. Normally a player doesn't win that argument, but yeah, I think it went off McDaniel's hand. Thetford lines up the three. Got it!
Once again, when you penetrate, you kick, those are the shots that are just so easy to knock down because they're in rhythm. Those are the ones you work on every weekend, every day in practice.
Thetford, 12 points and 4 rebounds. Lead back to 14 for Memphis. House jump stop, pulls up. No. Hardaway was falling out of bounds.
Man,
you can't throw it right under your bucket. That's exactly what he did.
Wow.
And then a foul and some free throws for Southern Illinois.
Yeah, if anything, for the younger players watching the game, if you're in the position that Ashton Hardaway just was in, don't save it under the opposing team basket. Just take it and chunk it on the other end of the floor. Worst case scenario, it's a dead foot race for your team to go get it. But you do not want to throw it because you just gave the Salukis an extra possession. Now they have a chance to make 2 free throws.
And that is Rollins Aligbe, who's 59% from the charity stripe, knocks down the first. He'll get the bonus. Well, it's a 2-shot foul anyway, but 7 for Rollins, and he misses the second, but an offensive rebound by the skying Davion Sykes. Steffi lines up the 3. No, and then Thetford's going to be called for the foul, trying to defend the taller Rollins Aligbe, who is 2 inches taller than his brother Prince. McDaniel back in for Ashton Hardaway, and Jorge Moreno will check back in for the Salukis.
You see, Thetford, they tangled up down there. Like I said, it could have went either way, but that chance right there usually favors the defense to pick up a foul.
Stafford in for the Salukis. Good first half for him. Stolen by McDaniel.
It'll be tough to catch him in the foot race.
Little Euro step, lays it up and in between 2 defenders. That's Doug McDaniel doing his thing. That speed, you can't teach it. Memphis by 15. Steffi turnaround, doesn't get the roll. Moreno the offensive rebound, and he's fouled by Silla.
Yeah, Silla he was just excited right there.
Salukis have done a great job crashing the boards. They have 13.
I want to disrespect and say, stepping stone, anything like that, but, man, these coaches have gotten some really good jobs after Southern Illinois.
Absolutely. One more for Jorge Moreno, and he goes 2 for 2. Good free throw shooting team at 69.2%. Again, defending the 3 has been a problem. And Memphis tonight has hit 8 of 18 for a sizzling 44%. McDaniel wants a screen, gets one from Bradshaw. 5 on the shot clock now. Davis. McDaniel's going to have to hoist it. He did in time.
Ooh.
Nearly got it. Offensive rebound.
I'm telling you, man, when he shoots it, it went everything but go down.
That foul will go against Isaiah Stafford. Good job by Hassan Abdul Hakim to get in there and get the offensive rebound. Again, his first appearance as a Tiger after missing the first 5 games recovering from a deep thigh bruise. Memphis will have 20 on the shot clock. 15:09 to go here in the second half. Parker.
Yeah, I'm about to say, wow.
Got tripped.
Yeah, that's a good call by the officials.
That'll go against Kelron House. That'll be his second personal. Three team fouls against the Salukis. Memphis already with 7, so the Salukis already in the bonus with just under 15 to play. Parker, no. Rebound, Bradshaw, no. But he's fouled.
And, maybe
like
that
him to
gives
go
him
up there
life.
and dunk that, right?
I would, but at this point, we just take what we can get. If you can get up there, just score, man. But, hey, go to the free throw line. The officials helped you out. Knock your free throws down. That'll give them some confidence. Because, I mean, I got to keep saying, he was the number 2 player out of high school. The Tigers need him to be good. If they want to go far, if they want to make a run, especially with the schedule that they have coming up, they need Aaron Bradshaw to produce.
You would think a guy like Roy Rogers, who's been added to this staff,
Absolutely.
former Alabama star, who's been a coach for a long time in the NBA mostly, but can help with Aaron Bradshaw.
Absolutely.
Sykes just threw it up, trying to draw a foul, and he did. So Bradshaw commits the foul, his second. There's Penny. You can see the frustration on his face.
You got that look like, come on, man.
Bradshaw just wasn't back in position to maybe take a charge.
Look at this right here. As you see, just going coast to coast.
He jumped out in front of him.
And then he swiped. Just put your hands in there, meet him at your highest cylinder.
Sykes buries the first.
And so when I talk about high cylinder, it's saying he's 7 foot tall. You just put your hands straight up in the air and let him come to you. You don't have to come down, meet him. Use your wingspan.
Use what God gave you.
Yeah, God-given abilities, man. I wish I had a 7 foot wingspan.
Sykes makes both.
And now they're going to the soft 1-2-2 press.
Memphis has given up 78.8 points per game, and they turn it over there. Salukis with only 40 to this point, trail by 13. Sykes spins, fall away, got it. Slick shot there by Davion Sykes.
Tough move, fade away.
Senior guard out of Duncanville, Texas. Down to 11 is the deficit. Oh, what a move, and the switch of hands in the air by Hassan Abdul Hakim.
I'm telling you, man, when Hassan Abdul Hakim, once he finally gets his legs under him, this is a big addition because he can play multiple positions. You can play him at the 4, you can play him at the 3, the 2. I've seen him bring the ball up the court. He gives this Memphis team a different look.
Bad pass turned over by the Salukis. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of that repertoire tonight. Bad pass by Memphis as they turn it over.
I'm gonna blame that one on the face mask.
Haynes calling for it.
Wide
open 3 from the wing. Got to knock that down, but again, the Salukis have really struggled from 3 at just 24.1% coming into the game. 5th worst in the entire country, and you have well over 300 teams in Division I basketball. Memphis will take the air out of the ball a bit here on this possession. Bradshaw. Spin move.
There it is right
dunks.
there. That's where it is. We've been calling for you, big fella. Way to answer the call. Love the aggressiveness. Throw it. Give him another look. Take it back down. Give him another chance on this next possession.
Kicked out of bounds off Zach Davis. Now changes for both teams.
Check this one out right here. I mean, throwing it in there, 1, 2, might have got away. But you see the bench, you see them cheering because they know they're going to need something from Aaron Bradshaw.
Try anything to ignite Bradshaw, and,
yes.
and that's, again, the arm came out. They could have easily called that arm coming out against the defender, but they let it go, and he dunked it with authority. And again, that's maybe the bucket to get this guy going.
And you see he's posting up right now.
Ooh, what a move by Doug.
He's unguardable right now. He's picking, he's picking his paces. He's picking when he wants to score, when he wants to pass. He's really controlling this ball game.
Yeah, a little show and go there, and then stolen by Bradshaw. Memphis on a 6-0 run over the last minute and a half. Parker trying to slam that down. No. Bradshaw, the rebound. Oh, and he goes down hard on the floor after getting the rebound and the putback try. Aaron back to his feet. Looks like he'll be okay.
Glad he's okay, man.
But a foul committed by Southern Illinois, and we got a timeout on the floor. Bradshaw showing some of the things that...
I got an update today that's saying, you know, the NCAA is trying, and they haven't done it yet, but they're trying to shorten that gap when players can transfer in men and women's college basketball. So it's a lot of changes going on right now.
By the way, the 14 transfers for Memphis ties Southern Miss for the most of any program in the country this season. That was tipped away by
Memphis
Hardaway.
In a 2-1-2. Little soft matchup 2-1-2 zone right now.
Bradshaw knocked it away. Here comes McDaniel. Working against Steffi, and he'll bring it out. Well, they are trying now to go to Bradshaw. Get him going. Bradshaw, double team, jump hook, a little long, and then we got a whistle. I don't believe that was on the shot. I think it was on the rebound. That'll go against Rollins Aligbe. That'll be his second personal foul. So 16 fouls now for the Salukis. Next one will put Memphis in the bonus, but they did call that in the act for Silla. Dierno Silla, the transfer from Stephen F. Austin, played 25 games last year for Stephen F. Austin. Originally from Guinea. Should be, if they called it in the act, yeah, Bradshaw, that's right. Bradshaw took the shot. Silla went to the free throw line. And now we
get a look at that.
Look like we thought maybe the officials would go and review it. No official yet has gone to the scorer's table, so it's Bradshaw, as we first thought, as we called.
Yeah. And Bradshaw is now starting to get aggressive, so I like Coach Hardaway electing to stay with him here in the second half, because right now you just got to get him some confidence. You need him to get some confidence, try to get him rolling, because as I keep saying, this Memphis team, for them to hit their peak and their ceiling, you need your 1 and your 5 to be good. And that's Doug McDaniel. He's starting to trend in that direction. And you need Aaron Bradshaw to be good.
Bradshaw 6 for 6 from the free throw line, so I don't know why Silla was trying to sneak in there at 33% on the season. Now, he thought he got fouled on the rebound, but it was in the act. So Bradshaw's done a great job, and you look up now, he has 8 points and 3 rebounds, his most productive game in a Tiger uniform. Lead at 21, the largest for Memphis. 3 doesn't go, and a foul on Memphis on the rebound. And they're going to call that on Bradshaw. So Chuck Jones, the crew chief, making that call. So for Bradshaw, that will be his third.
And look at this. You see, hands up, Bradshaw just pulling them down. And that's where you got to do your work early. Remember, Greg, you talked about doing your work early. That's what Thetford is really good at, playing low to the ground. And Bradshaw giving up an offensive rebound.
Floater won't go. And finally, Memphis puts a fork in the hot potato. Bunch of chances there for the Salukis. Salukis just 2 of 13 from beyond the arc, and they've given up 8 in 19 attempts. That's a bad combination. You don't shoot the ball well, and you're not defending the perimeter. House, the pickpocket, he lays it up and in.
And I like that for electing to let him go. Don't pick up a frustration foul because you got your pocket pick. Just take care of the basketball. Smart decision.
Ten to play here in the second half. Alongside Trey Draper, Greg Gaston with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Bradshaw, the leaner, no, but he draws the foul, and that'll be called on Drew Steffi.
Just elected to let him play one-on-one. They didn't try to help. They didn't just – he took 5-6 dribbles in the post.
And you probably saw there at the top of your screen, Bradshaw, after doing what he did to draw the foul, ran over to the bench, jogged over to the bench, and talked to Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
As we discussed earlier, he could be a big difference maker, not only for Bradshaw, but for all the bigs on this Memphis roster.
Yeah, he's a guy that and you got to give him credit because you really have to give – that's a really good staff that Coach Hardaway has put together. And in pregame, I saw Coach Andre Turner and Doug McDaniel talking. So kind of got the point guards with the point guards. You got the bigs with the posts. And that's good. That's really good. It's where Coach Hardaway doesn't have to try to coach everything. He put together, a really good staff of some guys that played the game at a high level.
Tariq Ingram will check back in for Bradshaw. Gets a nice round of applause. How about 8 for 8 from the free throw line? Bradshaw with 10 points. Lead back to 21 for Memphis. Loose ball. Whoa. Right in
front of them, like they were coming.
Right in our area. I saw you getting up there, Trey.
I was getting ready. I saw Doug. I saw Stafford running over. I wasn't going to let him dive into you. I was going to help you out.
Oh, you were going to help me. Okay.
I was going to help you out.
All right, I appreciate it. I would have needed that, believe me.
We got your back.
Once again, that's Kelron House going for the steal. That time he fouls Thetford. So that'll be a 1-and-1. Thetford has certainly given Penny Hardaway a spark tonight. Again, the transfer from Western Kentucky, who prepped right here in Memphis at Cordova High School.
Yeah, and Julius Thetford, I've been a fan of him for a very long time. I've seen him in high school. He played at, before he transferred to Cordova, he was at Whitehaven High School. So the thing about Julius Thetford is he gets better every year. He continues to get better every single year, and he's just continuing. He's nowhere near his peak.
Whitehaven, by the way, coached by former Memphis Tiger Willie Kemp. We got a timeout on the floor. 9:25 remaining in the second half. Memphis has opened this one up. They've gone on a 12-2 run, and they lead it by 21.
Illinois State?
Oh, Illinois State is, but they are picked. I'm talking about the Salukis.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, 8th in the MVC, which is always a competitive conference.
Yeah, when you look at the competitive conference, you have Valparaiso, Northern Iowa, Missouri State, Illinois State, we just said, picked to win it. Bradley, Drake, Indiana State, you can go on and on. That's a really tough league.
Last year in the MVC tournament, they lost to Indiana State 86-85, or they actually defeated them before losing in the quarters to Drake 70-53. But as you said to your point, yeah, very competitive conference.
Especially when you add a Murray State and a Belmont, they joined the league, the MVC. They came from the OVC in 2022-2023 season.
So Zach Davis to the ground hard. Appears to be okay, wearing that protective mask. Got hit in the face in the Bahamas in the Wake Forest game and using that protective mask. He does commit the foul, though, and that'll send Jalen Haynes to the free throw line. Salukis now 13 of 22 from the free throw line after Haynes makes the first. And once again, Prince Aligbe will check back in. Once a Memphis target by Penny Hardaway. How about that?
And for sure, he was a target of mine when I was coaching at IMG. I'm telling you, man, I was a big fan of Prince. And when he came, he played with, Grassroots Sizzle. They won the Under Armour circuit. And as I talked about, he played with Chet and Jalen and Minnehaha. We wanted him very bad when I was coaching IMG.
But not the most famous Prince to come out of Minneapolis.
For sure. Because you see, and the thing about Prince is, like I talked about, he just hangs around the rim, and he can play off other players. He does not need the basketball to score.
4 on the shot clock. McDaniel kicks it to Davis. From the free throw line, the pull-up, nope, didn't touch rim. That's a shot clock violation.
And then that was another reason why you see Prince out there guarding on the perimeter. Like, he can guard a 1, he can guard a 4. Really good basketball player.
Memphis opened this game on a 10-0 run and set the tone. Southern Illinois battled back to pull it within a possession, a 3-point game at one point, but then Memphis exploded to end the first half, and they've been in control ever since, leading by 19. Turnaround by Sykes. He's got a good little turnaround shot.
Yeah,
that
he's
one,
made
though,
a few of
didn't go.
those in the game.
He has. Sykes has 8 points and 6 rebounds. In fact, he is tied for their rebound lead with Prince Aligbe. McDaniel, that's a tough pass in traffic.
Yeah, I'd like to see him throw that one up at the rim. Let Ingram go. Let him try to go lob that one.
Yeah, he tried to go through Moreno at 6'11", defending that one. Haynes corner three. No, right into the hands of Moreno, and he's going to kick it out.
Wide open at the top of the key. And those are the shots you just have to make.
Great hustle by Sykes. They get it back. 3 opportunities. Out of bounds. Wow. Off Aligbe. Great defense by Memphis without fouling there.
You will retain that challenge and get a second one. So it's pretty much the same rules as the NBA. So I'm a fan of the coach's challenge, because if you're doing it in the big leagues, why not bring it down to college and let it expand?
I agree with you. Bradshaw, the pull-up, in and out.
I like that shot, though, man. I like Bradshaw staying aggressive here in the second half.
Nearly a steal for Memphis. And the women also have a challenge, but they call it an appeal. The rules are different. But both the men's and women's game using the opportunity to take advantage of technology and give the coaches a chance.
Man, and like I said, I'm a fan of it, because it helps the officials get it right too, because they're human. Sometimes they make mistakes, and sometimes they need that second opportunity, that second look at it, get that second pair of eyes on it. We have all these cameras and technology in here. Why not use it?
Quante Berry back in the game for Memphis with his 4 fouls. He was big the final minute and change of that first half. He had a couple of huge threes, has 8 points. Parker driving baseline. Good kick to Hardaway. Out of bounds off Memphis. Quiet night for Ashton, just his 3rd shot attempt. Does have 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Both teams in a scoring lull here. Memphis has not scored in the last 3.5 minutes.
Really good defense by the Tigers so far. Good defensive possession right there. Talking, active, tenacious, switching everything. Loud, heard him through my headset. That's a good defensive possession.
Rebounds are now even at 36.
Oh, he takes the face mask off.
Yeah, I guess it was bothering him that sweat can get in that face mask. That could be an issue. So he stepped on the baseline, Zach Davis did, and that'll be turnover number 12 for Memphis.
You see right there, he was wearing the face. So if you're watching and you were tuned in, he had the face mask on. He's taking it off now in the second half.
The Phantom of the Opera.
One with a different look. I'm not mad at him. I can't imagine playing that thing.
Wow, nifty move inside by Aligbe. That was Rollins Aligbe. Davis without the mask for 3. Front iron, no. Out of bounds, it'll be Salukis basketball. Do they have a run left in them? Down 17.
Yeah, you got to go quick. You got to go quick. You don't need to be in a hurry, but you got to go quick, because time is trending now.
In the meantime, Penny Hardaway wastes little time, gets Doug McDaniel back in the game. Also back in is Simon Majok and Aaron Bradshaw, who has really contributed tonight. 10 points and 3 rebounds.
Yeah, and Coach Hardaway has to be pretty impressed about the defense. The Salukis only shooting 29% so far. 2 of 15 from 3-point range.
Close out, and that'll
be his
be the 5th on Berry. You want to close out, but you can't be reckless abandon.
Yeah, got to close out. Got to be solid. You don't need to just go flying at the defender. Put your hands up, soft closeout. They're shooting 2 of 15. There's no need to run out there. Pick up that foul.
Also, the Salukis are in the double bonus, so it's 2 free throws the rest of the way, and that's the last thing we want to do is put them on the free throw line with the clock not running. In the meantime, Julius Thetford will check in to replace Quante Berry, who fouls out with 8 points and a couple of rebounds. Wow.
Tough shooting night.
Yep.
14 from now, 24 from the free throw line. They didn't get a second opportunity, though.
Steffi averages 7.3 a game, yet to score. And he rattles in the second free throw. 65-49, the Memphis lead at 16. The largest lead was 21 as we go under 5 to play. Thetford on a nice dish by McDaniel is fouled, and Julius will go to the free throw line. Thetford is produced with 12 points and 5 rebounds for Penny Hardaway's team.
And I've said it all along. Julius Thetford, he has to be on the floor. And that's Stafford. That's his 4th foul. But Thetford has to be on the floor for the Tigers because he can do multiple things. And when he's shooting the ball from 3 like he is tonight, he gives the Tigers another dimension. He's 2 of 4. That's his 13.5 rebounds. And the thing about Julius Thetford is he will guard the best player every single night.
Misses the second. Memphis 12 of 16 from the charity stripe. As you mentioned, the Salukis have missed 10. They're 15 of 25. Stolen by Thetford right in front of us.
And see, that's what I'm talking about with Julius Thetford. That's right on cue. Those are the plays that won't show up in the stat sheet, but those are winning plays. And that's how you get your team back on track.
So we have Devin Page and the crew chief, Chuck Jones, talking about something. Looks like they're going to make sure that the shot clock is right, and it is at 20. So it's reset to 20 with 4:43 to play here in the second half. Again, Memphis will not play another game until 1 week from tonight when they take on the New Orleans Privateers back here at FedEx Forum. We'll have it for you on ESPN+. Bradshaw goes up, gets it.
That's the fight you want to see from Aaron Bradshaw. That's the play. And look at the bench, man. The bench is clapping their up because they know they need production from Bradshaw, and he's giving them that here in the second half right now. 12 points, 4 rebounds. He's 8 of 8 from the line.
Out of bounds, lost by Prince Aligbe. It'll be Memphis basketball as Jalen Haynes and Davian Sykes checks in. And what it tells me is that even during the problems he's had on the floor, that he's not made any.
He's having fun again.
So Southern Illinois challenged that the ball went out of bounds off Memphis. They reviewed it. It went out of bounds off Southern Illinois, so that means they lose the challenge and they lose a timeout as well. So they don't have a challenge again, and they lose the timeout as well.
So they have 1 timeout now remaining. I guess, and I like it. Late in the ball game, challenge it. Why not?
Well, especially down 19. I don't think you're too concerned right now with the timeouts. McDaniel, step back. Wow. The stop and go, and it doesn't roll. We've had so many shots that have rolled around the rim and then out, right? Or popped in and out. Rims are tight tonight. Memphis shooting 44% from the field. Salukis back under 30 at 29%. Again, they shoot 50% on the season from the field.
And Majak doesn't need the foul. Just move your feet. There you go, man. How about Majak out there guarding the guards? Telling you, that's another dynamic when you can switch your 1 onto when you switch your 5 onto your 1.
Absolutely.
Man, that gives you a totally different dynamic and a totally different look.
Salukis turn it over for a 12th time that matches Memphis. Memphis only 1 of their last 8 from the field. And the handoff by Majak was stolen by Steffi, who was run over, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and the thing about Majak is he's still learning as well. He got to get in a little bit more shape, and that's exactly what he's telling them, right? You don't want to let the gap be between when you're doing a dribble handoff. You want to dribble at him and try to close that gap. Can't just be a handoff like a little running back, quarterback to running back. You got to close that gap so the defender can't get in between you guys.
Majak from South Sudan in Africa, but spent the past 3 seasons in the Serbian pro system. And we've talked on other broadcasts about international play and learning the game, and everybody plays it around the world now. And so he does have that experience, but not that college experience.
Anytime you can add older guys into your program, you bring that maturity and that leadership. I think that's always good to have, especially on the college level.
Ball goes to Southern Illinois with 2:50 to play. McDaniel playing some tough man-to-man defense, but maybe a little bit too aggressive.
That's that pro game you're talking about, right? It's that finish, kept his eyes on the rim.
So Steffi, the bucket and the bang, he'll get a 3-point opportunity.
You see right here, Foul got his hands, but way to keep his eyes on the rim.
I think it was the second bump.
Yeah, the second bump definitely got him. Kind of let that first one go, but that second one definitely was the one where he picked up the foul.
So Steffi completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. And now Southern Illinois will empty the bench. Max Pekar, the transfer from St. Louis University, who's out of the Netherlands, he'll check into the game, as will Jaheen Weber, a redshirt freshman center, good size at 6'10", 255.
Really good showing by the Tigers. I think they found something. Kind of got some confidence from Bradshaw, which is, I think that's the big plus that you take away. If you say, what did we find tonight? I think it's the plus from Bradshaw finally giving you some production. That's what you've been waiting on.
Haynes with the reach is called for the foul. Both teams in the double bonus. And Bradshaw back to the free throw line. He is now 9 for 9 from the free throw line.
Pretty good free throw shooter, huh?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Wow. 14 points. McDaniel leads the way with 15, and now Bradshaw with 14 and Thetford with 13. Good balanced scoring for Memphis.
And that's where the Tigers are at their best. They don't have that 20, 25-point score that they previously had, that Coach Hardaway usually have, and one.
Wow, Haynes the runner.
But yeah, Coach Hardaway is used to having guys that can score a lot of points in bunches, right? Dating back to Jeremiah Martin, dating back to Kendrick Davis, David Jones, P.J. Haggerty. You see here, though, how about Stafford keeping his eyes on the rim? But that's what the Tigers are going to need. They're going to need that balanced scoring attack to be at their best.
So Doug McDaniel will leave the game, more than likely for good, with 15 points, 6 rebounds. Oh, just changed on me, but he had 5 assists, I should say, and 1 rebound. Doug McDaniel, 15 points. But I was looking at Coach Hardaway after the N1, and I could just see him just shake his head. Finish strong. Stop fouling. Yeah. Because in a close game, as we've seen already, that could be extremely critical. Good job by Southern Illinois. They converge, and then Thetford picks it up, and he gets fouled. And that's probably Pekar on the foul there.
He's always at the right place at the right time.
Isn't he?
I mean, he just figures out a way. He sticks his nose in there. I lost count of the 50-50 ball battles, but he had a ton of them in the first half. He just sticks his nose in there, and he's not afraid to make the tough plays. The winning plays, those plays that don't show up in the stat sheet sometimes.
He's only 6'4". He plays like 6'8", 6'9", the way he rebounds the basketball. Averaging 5.4 coming in, and now with 6 rebounds in this game.
And he talked about being the pride. He said, he loved to play with that Memphis on his chest and how much it meant to him to just come back home. And I think he's showing it every night he's coming out. He's landed on the line, and he's been a very integral piece to this team.
William Wharton will check back in. Seeing action for a 3rd straight game. Actually started the second half as Coach Hardaway went with a different 5, with the exception of Doug McDaniel, to start the second half, even with the big lead they had at halftime. So 15 now for Thetford. That matches McDaniel for game-high honors. Sykes short. That should be out of bounds off Weber. It is.
Out of bounds, it's Tigers ball.
Coach Penny Hardaway will pick up his 157th career win. Last year's American Conference Coach of the Year. Memphis last year going 29-6 and 16-2 in the American. Bradshaw had that ball knocked out of his hand. Oh, they say it wasn't knocked out of his hand.
Yeah, he threw it away, and you see Thetford saying, hey, man, when you catch that ball right there in the paint area and with the paint right around that free throw line extended, especially you got to score that. You're 7 foot. Go up and score that ball.
Memphis with their 14th turnover, and checking in for Memphis for the first time is... Looks like he changed his number. No, Mason Matthews, he's number 8. He's in the game for the first time. He is the transfer from Lane College. In the meantime, Caden Hawkins is in the game for Southern Illinois, the son of former Salukis sharpshooter Shane Hawkins, the all-time leader in three-point shooting. Loose ball, and Matthews picks it up. Alley-oop, whoa!
Exclamation point. William Ward, hey.
That reminded me of a guy named Steffens.
Yeah.
If you remember how high Wharton got up on that one. DJ Steffens. And there's a foul on Matthews. Wow.
How about that, man? We want to take another look at that one.
I mean, like he hopped off a trampoline.
How about the pass from Zach Davis? Nearly half court. William Ward
Look
going
at that.
up and getting it. Look at the excitement from the bench.
Nearly hit his head on the
smiles.
bottom of the backboard there. Haynes will go to the free throw line as we're under a minute to play. Haynes breaks the first. Again, missed free throws. 12 missed free throws now for the Salukis. They're 18 of 30. For Memphis, a rope will check in. Simon Majok back in the game. And Haynes makes the second. 9-point game for Haynes, which matches Rollins Aligbe for Team I honors. 17-point lead for Memphis, despite making only 2 of their last 11 shots. Another one, that time a little too tall for William Wharton. Salukis will fall to 3-4. Meanwhile, Memphis will improve to 2-4 and stop that 4-game losing streak. Haynes in traffic, lays it up, doesn't go, but he draws the foul, and 2 more free throws for Jalen Haynes.
Jalen Haynes is staying aggressive, and I don't blame him. Play to the end of the buzzer. Game isn't over.
Big story, Southern Illinois and the struggles shooting the ball on the season, 50.4% from the field. That's 37th in the country. And Memphis has held them to just 31%. One more for Haynes. And he misses. Rebound by a rope, and now
might dribble it out.
Yeah, Memphis will certainly try to dribble it out. We'll see what Haynes does.
I like Jalen Haynes, though, man. Play to the buzzer. I'm not mad at it.
Davis showing his handles.
Coach Nagy saying don't foul, but he like, Coach, I want to guard, man. We still some time on this clock.
Zach Davis dribbles it out, and Memphis hit 8 threes in this game, went 8 for 22, played some incredible defense, and you saw Aaron Bradshaw and a little bit of what he's capable of doing. Bradshaw with 14 points to go along with 4 rebounds. It was Julius Thetford and Doug McDaniel leading the way with 15 each as Memphis wins it by the score.